All right, you got it?
Yep, we'll start first with Drew Hill.
Hey, Taylor. Is your job getting more difficult when so many guys play well, and just being able to pick out the rotation? It feels like, back-to-back performances now, you just had a lot of different guys step up and contribute.
Well, we got to put 5 guys out there, to play the game. And when we can have 5+ and we can just interchange the lineups, it's a blessing to have. So proud of the guys, how they're playing. A lot of guys stepping up right now, playing really good basketball. Both ends of the floor tonight, 7 guys in double figures. But I go beyond that. I just focus on, what we did defensively against 2 of the best players, in the league. Beal obviously playing extremely well right now. I thought we did a heck of a job on those guys, making it tough for them. I thought our scrappiness was there all night. And a lot of guys were matched up with those 2, BB, Ja, Dez, Melt, Justice. I mean, we just kept throwing different bodies out there. Thought our collective defense was great. And then just, continuing to play with that unselfishness on the offensive end. It's just fun to watch. And it's great to be able to have a lot of guys to throw out there, put a 5-man line together that is going to compete hard and play the right way on offense.
Sean Coleman.
Coach, congrats on the 50th career victory for you. And when at your 100th game, you had talked about, you would like to see, instead of opportunistic defense, more consistent defense, specifically one-on-one on the perimeter. Does it seem like now, with the depth that you have of different lineups with Melton and Justice and others, that you're getting that consistency on defense with the turnover creation as well? That's ideal for this defense? Yeah,
absolutely. Thank you, Sean. I mean, 50th win, very, very special, but it's a credit to our players and our coaching staff. They make this happen. Our front office putting this great team together. And it's been a fun start to the journey, being a head coach, and looking forward to the bright future that we have. And as you said, just, we've got a lot of guys that are two-way players, and I think, Melt was phenomenal tonight, defensively, offensively as well. But I think over the last couple of games, we've just found more consistency in terms of our execution of our game plans. I mean, it's our habits, starts there. And then when we kind of game plan, do some things a little bit differently, I think our guys have found a really good rhythm on the defensive end. Just how can we be active, but also disciplined at the same time? I thought our guys have done a really good job of that the last couple of games. And when you've got a number of those guys that are going out there and doing that on the defensive end, that's really good. I mean, obviously tonight we turned them over quite a bit, converted on that. But I think our individual attention has been really special the last couple of games. Our collective defense has been really good the last couple of games. Always been finding ways to get better, but we're trending in the right direction. I said consistency, I think, a week or so ago. It's great to see that we're kind of starting to find that a little bit more over 48 minutes.
Evan Barnes.
Taylor, 2 from me. 1, Giles obviously did his thing scoring, but he was more aggressive getting to the free throw line. Do you just sense that he's, I think you mentioned it the other game, but do you sense that he's being more aggressive getting to the foul line? And second, looking ahead to Milwaukee, just what have you learned from Coach Budenholzer, just as far as, managing a young team and just trying to implement the things you learned from Milwaukee here in Memphis?
Yeah, I thought Ja was special tonight. I mean, this might be the first time he had plus 30 points and 10 assists. If not, it's great that he's done it again. But unbelievable. I thought he has great control of the game. Offensively, I thought he got the team organized. He took what the defense gave him. He found, as you said, the right times to be aggressive. And this is something that he's noticed that's just part of his overall growth, just being more aggressive and getting downhill. And when the defense isn't compromising positions, trying to take advantage of it, get to the foul line 14 times, be that guy that can attack. Play that in between game, but the fact that he's getting that, more consistently now, getting to the free throw line, that's just another layer to his game and how dynamic he can be offensively. But looking ahead to Milwaukee, obviously, special relationship with Bud and that coaching staff. I think, things that I learned from him, that I'm trying to apply here is, just focus on the development every single day. Every day you wake up, doesn't matter if you've won 20 games in a row, you've lost 20 games in a row. It's a good day, it's a bad day. The number one thing you focus on is just teaching. Just teach. Find ways to help your individual players get better. How as a team you can get better. How you as a staff can get better. Let that be your guiding light every single day. And I give our coaching staff and our players a lot of credit. They really embrace that. That makes this a special job for me to be able to come every day knowing everyone's going to focus on just getting better, no matter what happened the day before.
Megan Triplett.
Coach, you just talked about D'Anthony Melton and kind of just, his stat line and what he did tonight. And, a couple of weeks ago, you said that it's just Melt doing Melt things. But when you look at what he's been able to do in these last couple of games, is there any parts of the game when you're sitting there on the bench watching that surprises you?
No, I mean, he's got an array of abilities, you know, on the floor, and we're just constantly challenging him to find, you know, more efficiency on the offensive end. Obviously tonight, 6 for 10 from the 3-point line. You know, him embracing that, you know, part of his game. I give him a lot of credit in that development area. You know, and coaches working with him on that. But then I think defensively, you know, we know he's scrappy. He's got long hands. You know, his rebounding ability, deflections, and steals. You know, I thought tonight, you know, in recent games, you know, just one-on-one defense is something we're challenging him in. I think he's getting better in that area. But then game plan discipline, I thought, you know, he was guarding a variety of guys tonight. You know, ball handlers, he was guarding Bertans, you know, off-ball screens. I thought his execution of the game plan throughout the game was phenomenal. And when he continues to be consistent, you know, that way defensively and offensively, he's a heck of a player.
Joe Molinax.
Coach Jenkins, congratulations on the win. Another strong performance from Dylan Brooks coming back from injury. He obviously drew the assignment of Bradley Beal, a consistent part of the evening, looked fluid offensively. It was asked earlier about the depth of this team and it being a good problem to have. Obviously, having Dylan back in the fold and being able to bring the energy that he does on both ends of the floor, that has to be massive for your team just to have that steady hand that Dylan provides.
Yeah, I mean, massive. I think I said maybe the other day, or he's a spirit leader of our team. You know, he just brings an edge to us every single night. You feel it when he's in the lineup. I thought defensively tonight, unbelievable job. You know, this is something we bank on every single night, just his attention to detail, his aggressiveness defensively, you know, his disruption, you know, credit to all the work he puts in, how he studies film, takes care of his body to go out there, be able to be an impactful two-way player. I thought he was really, really good tonight against, you know, one of the best offensive players in the league in Beal. And then I think you said a great word. You know, I hit him after the game. Just he let the game come to him. He was very fluid offensively. I thought he picked, you know, the right spots to attack, shared the ball, you know, and had some big shots for us. You know, started off the game playing really well. Had a big 3 there late in the fourth quarter. We just let the game come to him, and just for him to kind of embrace that, and reward himself for how hard he plays on the defensive end every single night, and then just continue to find ways to let the game come to him. Play that fluid style. That's a beautiful game from DB. And I mean, he was plus 25. So you can definitely feel the impact he had on the game tonight.
Final question, Adam Tyke.
Hey, Coach, we saw you go back to a small lineup with Brandon Clark at the 5 to close out the first half. What looks does playing BC at center give you? And just how happy have you been with those small lineups over the last couple of games?
Yeah, I mean, I think we talked about before the game, just getting more of a sample size. I think, you know, foul trouble, you know, kind of led to that, but BC was playing really well. You know, he was huge tonight, played 34 minutes, you know, probably close to one of the season highs, but he was 28, you know, plus 28 in the box score. And it's not even just a scoring. I thought just his ability to be a great pick and roll screener, roller. I thought he did some really good things defensively, getting his hands on balls, activity. Just, you know, his ability to play the 4 and the 5. And just be that two-way player that we know he's capable of being. He was big for us tonight. We knew, especially with Kyle being out of the lineup, you know, we may need to stretch, you know, BC a little bit longer. Not thinking it was going to be at the 5, but I think I said before the game, you know, we always want to have this in our back pocket. We prepared to throw that out there. And I think there was a couple of lineups we felt comfortable with BC playing at the 5. And so far, you know, we're really liking what we're seeing. You know, put 4 handlers out there with him out there to create a lot of havoc. And then just what he's able to do defensively, you know, with his versatility and his activity, was pretty impressive tonight.
Thank you, Coach.
Great. Thank you, everybody. Take care.